This is code.org. I'm currently working on their CS Principles course. I'm on Unit 3, Intro to Programming, Lesson 10, Practice, PT, Design a Digital Scene, Part 2. And this is also going to be Part 4, because I have completed my project. I have this awesome scene that is randomized somewhat, and so that's my scene. As a teacher, I can tell you this is a 100% scene, and I'm going to walk through why. Okay, I will also provide a link to my project. Obviously, don't just copy my project. You need to create your own. But let's start talking about how this code works, and then I'll give you the link so you can try it yourself, test it out, and so on and so forth. All right. So right off the bat, I decided to actually have every part of this within a function other than my first function call. This isn't necessary, but and some might not even like the design of it, but create scene is going to call all my other functions. I think it just looks cleaner. So, well, not all of them. Now, so create scene. And remember, functions do not run unless you ask the computer to run them. So create scene, I say, hey, computer, run my create scene function. And the computer hunts it down. Boom, it's right here. And it says, okay, and it drops into this code. First off is draw a background. Oh, I need to run that function. Boom, here it is. My sky is blue. The reason I have a dot is because that's what the sky is, right? It's at 400 to fill the entire background with blue. I then draw ground under this because I draw the ground over the sky, right? If I did this, there would be no ground. Right? So, yeah. And now we have ground. Anyways, so then draw ground. Computer hits this, bumps down to here, and again, notice the clear titles of my function, the clear function names. You can understand what these functions are doing without necessarily poking through all the code. Alright, draw ground, move, turn right. Basically, I get my turtle or mouse thing here, and I draw this. How wide do I make the width? 250, so a huge swath of color. Alright, and then I take the pin up afterwards, just to make sure I don't have any issues with that later on. Draw all and once I'm done running my draw ground function, it doesn't just drop down and run functions automatically. It's done, so it goes back to where we were in our code, which was here. So now my turtle moves to 280/40, which, let me hit reset. 280's over here. 40 somewhere over here, right? 280/40. I put my pin down, pin color. Yeah, oh, it's 280x. That makes more sense. 280x, 40, right? And then I'm going to draw my sun. I put my pin down, color's yellow, dot 30 in size, and then I take the pin up so I don't move it around and start bleeding stuff everywhere. Hit the end of this function, and now I'm back here to draw all cacti. This number, this is my parameter. So if I change this to 3, I'm going to have 3 cactus. Or, this is going to look horrid. What if I do 35? This is going to be nuts. Cactus forest! Attack of the cactus! Alright, we'll say 5. Oh, I don't like how that one looks. It's fun that it randomizes. I have a bunch of random stuff, too. Oh. I didn't go through draw all clouds, right? So when we hit draw all clouds, right, in our background function, then it runs that. That is where, so I should have done this. All right, so we get draw ground. Once draw ground's done, right, we have this big swath. We hit draw clouds. I skipped it for some reason. Draw clouds. Draw clouds is, all clouds is here. Draw all clouds is calling another function, right? This is the abstraction idea. So we have some parameters too. Size is the size of the clouds, and amount is how many clouds. Amount I use here in my for loop. So that's going to be the amount of times my loop runs. Well, what's inside my loop? Well, my draw cloud function call. So the amount of times my loop runs is going to be the amount of clouds I draw. And then my other parameter is size. Size I actually use to control the size of the cloud. However, it's not direct. I decided that I was going to use a random number and then my parameter size, and then size plus 5. So I can have some variance in the size of the cloud because clouds aren't all the same, right? If I'm going to have 4 clouds, and I can even change this, I could do plus 10, right? And you could even say the first one minus something, but I was fine with leaving this as is. There we are. So draw a cloud, and then what's going to go in for our parameter is this random number, well, in as an argument. So then draw a cloud. First time through, it hits this, finds it, boop, oh, here we are. Let's say the random number it came out with, what was size? What is size going to be? Size is 15, so size can be 15 to 20, so it's going to be 17. So the computer says 17 and draw a cloud. So size is 17. First, we're going to move to a random number between 25 and 250x, which is over here somewhere. It keeps it off it keeps it off the sun somewhat because it's a desert, I thought. And then the y also 25 to about 210. Now the color here, and then I thought I would give it a bit of a see-through look. Oh, I like that more. Okay. It's white, 255, and then 0.9 is the opacity, so it makes it a little bit see-through. And then we have our dot size. So that's the dot size because this is several different dots. That's how we're creating a cloud. And remember, size was our parameter. So 17, I said, and it's just going to run through. It hits our for loop. Our for loop runs twice. And we're creating a dot here and a dot here. And then we're returning dot, dot, right? So we create a dot right away when we start. We hit our for loop, and then we go dot, 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 dot. So it just runs twice. Zoop, zoop. Once it's done, it hits the bottom of the function. We go back up here, go back around for however many clouds we need. Once we're done with that, we're going to dip back down. Then we run the rest of draw background. Then we hit draw all cacti, which I was demonstrating earlier. So let's find that. Draw all cacti. And do you know what? If I'm drawing my rock last, just for organization, I'd like to have it at the bottom. Alright. Draw all cacti. Now this is scary looking, but it just uses a bunch of random numbers. And it's similar to cloud. Oh, so the num parameter is also going to be used to limit the iteration, right? This is how many times we loop through. So 5. When I did my function call for draw cacti, I think I said 5. And so what that does is the computer's going to go down to here, run draw all cacti, and have 5. So then our loop is going to loop through 5 times because we start at 0. So the first time it loops through, I is 0. I plus plus means I plus 1. So now I is 1, it goes through. I is 2, 3, 4. Then I is 5 and it's done, but since it starts at 0, we loop through 5 times, creating 5 cactuses. Now, what are the parameters used for? Well, let's look at this draw cactus function. Here it is. The first one is the size of the cactus. The second one is the color of red. Third one's green. Fourth one's blue. And here's where we control the color. It's how we get the variance in the cactus color. And then move to, I set this random anywhere on the ground. Now, this is kind of weird. We haven't seen much of this, but I thought it was the best way to do it to vary the size of the cacti. So, size over 4 is what I found to be best. So the width of the cactus, however big I want the cactus, I say divide that by 4, and that looked like the best width. This was a lot of trial and error. And then drawing it to go up, down, over, and all of that, I had to finagle it a little bit, honestly. So what I ended up doing is messing around and trying to figure out what was best. What I did was draw one great cactus, and then I just did the math, right? I think my height on my first cactus was 250, and so when I was drawing this all out, my move back was, well, 125. And so I was like, okay, so that's basically the size of the cactus over 2, right? And then my move forward when I did it this time to go forward and start drawing this was about a third of 250, the original size. So I used that throughout. I set the width. The reason this width is being set smaller is because it's the branches of the cactus. And I found the best width for that was, well, 1/16 times 3. Really, it's a fourth of the width. So whatever this width was before, I wanted to divide it by 4 and then multiply it by 3. So 75% of the width. So just a bit smaller. All right. There's all this. We're turning. We're creating our cactus. We hit the end. Then we go back and we loop through again, making our cactus and varying the color. Once we're done with draw all cacti, we drop below to hit draw rock, and draw rock is right here. Okay, I just wanted one rock. It's a bit more straightforward. I did use a few random numbers to create the shape and pick the color. And then I did use I'm changing this. I want to use a parameter size, and then now I'm going to have to add to my function call a number for that. And that way we can change that up too in an easy manner. So pretty straightforward. Move to, we want it roughly around here. I like using random, it changes it up. Size +5 I found to be the best width. And then yeah, move around, kind of create this shape for us. And then it would be, well, done. So this is my idea of the scene, right? It is not perfect, right? Like Brock is suddenly on top of our cactus, and I could do some things to control and grid out the area, but I was very happy with my results. So, especially the clouds and then the random generated cactus. I thought about adding water. I thought about adding all sorts of things. Okay, but why is this 100? So, things I did. Functions with parameters. Yes, right? I have these functions that use parameters. And I use abstraction, right? I bundle functions up and I put pieces of code together that belong together. And then I have functions calling other functions. So it is easier for someone to read this, even if they don't know programming. Draw all cactus. Oh, I bet that draws all the cactus. Well, where is that code? Draw all cactus for, that looks weird. But look, there's draw cactus in here. So maybe it's drawing multiple cactus, right? So, and it's using parameters with names that are somewhat clear. Size controls size. Amount is the amount of clouds. Size controls size. Num is going to be, oh, this is the number of cactus. Okay? So make sure your function names and parameters are clear. And I wrote my function names before I designed my program. What do I need to draw? This, and this. All right? Functions with parameters, loops I'm using liberally because I want to draw multiple cactus, multiple clouds, and collaboration. Well, hey, we're talking about it, so I guess we're collaborating. Do make sure you create your entirely own program. Okay, I am going to share this. I've already remixed it and hit publish. So I will, I put the link in this video's description and let you mess around with it. But again, do not plagiarize. Make sure to do your own work. I'm going to hit submit. Wait, I can't edit this after submitting? But what if I, submit? But there it is again. Oh, can I share it from here? Ah, perfect. So I'll post the link to this in the description. Have fun, create something awesome. You should post links to your projects in comments. I want to see what you did, all right? Take this, change it, make it totally your own, delete a bunch, mess with it, make something cool and post it. I'd love to see it. All right, onward we go.